live. We post it on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. We gon' be up in your face as you watch us on your telephone. Hey, hold up. No, I'm telling you right now, watch, mark my words. Like 3 years from now, somebody gonna get on the beat and they be like this. Yeah, I walked down the street, went to Subway. I had a good sandwich, it made my day. Then I went to my girl house. Then we got to fussing, she kicked my ass out. Damn, man, I'm on the road. I called my side hoe, she said she don't want me no more. Alright. What it is. Rest of Yellow Beezy? Now, did he do it or did he orchestrate it?
So, alleged.
They ain't putting up with no more of that. Bet. Here we go. What is going on, South Texas? And we have a great episode in store for y'all today. Now, usually we on Wednesday nights, but we had to change it up because we got a GOAT coming in the building today. I got let me check my notes, Arelia A.C. Williams of AS Photography in the building today. And just so y'all know, guys, if you play on a football field, a basketball court, a tennis court, a rugby field, a lacrosse field, track and field, soccer. What, did I miss anything? Oh, croquet, band, cheer, dance, family dinners, weddings, anniversaries, personal photography, photo shoots, graduation pictures. If you need a frame, this is your main. You know what I'm saying? How you doing today, my friend? You doing all right?
Doing good. Glad to be here. Thank you.
I'm just glad you could make it because this man is way too busy, and I've been trying to get him on the show for about, how long we been doing this, King?
Man, I talked to him probably like 2 years ago. He's supposed to come on, but we never actually formally made a scheduled date or nothing. We just threw it in the air.
Yeah, Coach Evans, you next. You next on my hit list. But so before we jump into like the photography and everything, so I hear, tell me about where you from. Like, see, I'm not from Corpus, so my favorite thing to do is learn like about the people who grew up here and like can tell me like what the city was. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm here from Corpus, born and raised on the west side.
Okay.
West Haven all day.
Okay. Well, elementary schools and stuff.
Oh, went to West Oso.
West Oso Elementary, so West Oso through and through?
Through and through.
Okay, now, word on the streets is you and this man to my right were classmates.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So this man also is a myth. I had him on the couch one time. I got a little bit of information out of him. What was this man like as a young jit?
Well, see, I didn't go to school with them until 5th grade. So I went to school with them from 5th grade to high school and stuff like that.
So on the football field, he was a hitter. He'd come up from that end spot and hit you.
Okay.
Basketball, he had a nice little jumper from the little corner.
Okay.
So he was the truth.
Okay. Now, tell me, like, what was it like growing up in Corpus on the west side back in AC's prime years? Not saying your prime years is over, but you know what I mean?
As a youth.
As a youth.
Being the youngest, it was rough.
How many siblings?
I got 2 siblings. I got an older sister and an older brother. I'm the baby.
Okay.
I'm the big little brother.
You the big little brother? I'm going to call my little brother.
Yeah.
Call your little brother then. You said you was calling your little brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, family dynamic, 2 siblings, parents married and everything, or?
No, it's just my mom.
Just your mom?
Just my mom.
Same here. So, what's it like growing up with single mom, sister, brother, and is photography in the picture as a youth, or is that like later on?
It was a little rough being the youngest, not only in the family, but in the whole little clique that I hung out with, being the youngest. Nah, photography came way later.
Okay. Now, going to elementary school, like I see you got a clear passion, love for sports.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm assuming grew up playing football, basketball in the streets with friends and stuff.
Oh yeah.
At what age did you play organized sports?
Yeah, I started playing at 6.
Okay.
CCYFL.
Yep.
Okay.
Legend.
What team?
Oh man, Pee Wee was the Owls.
Okay, the Owls.
Yeah, it was NCAA teams at that time. We had a squad. Our squad was so cold. In the middle of the season, they had to break us up because we was beating everybody.
What in Pee Wee?
Pee Wee.
That's crazy. Who was on the squad with you?
So I don't know if y'all know the
remember.
Jacksons. Deshaun Jackson.
Dang, they was on the squad?
Daniel Jackson.
Already.
The running back was Michael Allen.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I was a center. I was a center.
Dang. So how does this work? Like in the middle of the season, like do they like come to practice and say, "Hey, coach, some of these kids got to be on another team"? Like, how does that work if you remember?
Man, honestly, I don't know. I just know we showed up to Monday practice and they was gone.
On another team?
On another team.
So like, did they put all of those kids on like the same different team or same new team, or did like they put them here, put them there?
Put them here, put them there. They moved everybody around.
Oh man,
That's wild. So how did a team that talented come together? Like, were there is kids from the neighborhood, kids from school? Like, how did that much talent get on one Pee Wee team?
So we kind of cheated.
And you know what? Before you say anything, I like blaming y'all's generation, and King knows that's one of my favorite things to do. Y'all the reason why CCYFL probably has a draft to this day.
No, they had drafts
we
back
had a
then.
Damn, y'all cheated the
But
draft.
there was ways to cheat the draft. There was ways to cheat the draft.
So
I'll let him explain his
this
version,
how
then
it
I'll
went.
explain mine.
So this is how the cheating of the draft went. You show up, they'll tell you to wear a white T-shirt, and then they'll give you a number. You put the number on the jersey. Those coaches that want you, they know you can play. So they say, go out there, drop every pass, miss every block, run real slow. Oh, man, we don't want this guy. X, go. We don't want him. Then we put the pads on after we got on that team. They're like, man, the math ain't mathing.
Yep.
It ain't mathing.
That's cold.
Because my PE coach at Castores Elementary at the time, he was a CCYFL coach, and he literally said, "I want you on my team. Whenever they do the tryouts, go out there and just bomb it. Just be sorry." And I didn't. I'm like, what? This was my first year playing. I'm like, man, I'm finna go out there and show shine. So I go out there and I shine. He was like, oh man, another team got you. I'm like, but he literally told me go out there and like be sorry. So there was ways to cheat the draft.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Basically.
Because I'm so jealous of y'all's Pee Wee teams. Because my Pee Wee teams, we was ass. Like, we was okay. Like, I played back in Alabama, but like, y'all, like, we had random kids from the neighborhood type things. You know what I mean? Y'all had like, hey, bro, look, you go get your cousin. I'm gonna bring my brother. And hey, look, you run slow. That's tight, bro.
Yeah.
So did we play any organized basketball?
I played a little bit. I really wasn't into the basketball thing because I was short. I wasn't fast at all. But they had the Dream Team. That was a select team, and I wasn't good enough to play with those guys.
Yeah.
So I went and played at the boys' club. You know.
Hey, but he just told you about this Pee Wee CCYFL. You got to go through his junior varsity, his senior varsity.
I'm asking about elementary. I'm getting there.
Yeah, no, we didn't basketball until I got to, I want to say the 5th grade. And we had a little league, the double dribblers. The high school kids at West Oso High School would coach the youth kids on Saturdays. And we'd come up there and play each other.
But if I recall, that was like in 6th grade. In 5th grade, we had the intramural.
That too, yeah.
At Carl Allen,
Yeah.
we would after school we would all play in the PE, and Coach Dunn and your mama was out there, and they was running that.
Yep.
Yeah, straight up.
That's tight.
Yep.
Basketball really wasn't my thing though.
Heard that. So getting back into the football, man. So we dominate as a unit in Pee Wee until they break us up. So how many of those kids actually translate to that 7th grade football team, or did y'all have 6th grade?
Boy, let me tell you. So from Pee Wee, we went to the junior varsity, still CCYFL.
Okay.
These coaches knew that we could play. The league was like, we're absolutely not letting y'all on the same team. So we playing against each other. You know, my high school quarterback, good friend still to this day, Benny Leal, His family were the coach for the Javelinas. I went to the Longhorns. That's why I'm a big Longhorn fan today, because of them. We had epic battles. We played on Mondays, Saturdays, sometimes even on Fridays. Epic battles. We move on to senior varsity. Play 2 years Pee Wee, 2 years JV. Move to senior varsity. I'm starting to get big. I'm gonna get overweight.
Okay.
I only get to play 1 year with them dudes. So that's going into 6th grade year. I have to sit out because I can't play CCYFL because I'm too big.
Can't play 7th
Pop
grade.
Warner wasn't popping, so 7th grade was next.
Yeah.
So we battled, say, 6 years all against each other. Imagine when we get to middle school what that team gonna look like.
Iron sharpening iron for 6 years straight. So, what's that first day of 7th grade practice like?
It looked like an all-star game.
Look like an all-star game?
It was so many running backs. So at that time, when I got to senior varsity, I started moving from the line, playing center, guard, to tight end. Cause I started getting fast. Because been on the west side, all we do is just run.
You
Like
gotta
ball in the
race.
street, just run.
Yeah.
So started running, got a little faster, started getting bigger. So get to middle school, they're like, you're gonna be a running back. Cool. Let's go. I'm ready. Still wasn't fast.
Yeah.
But then you look
But
over.
can't nobody tackle you.
True. Then we look over, then my good friend Versal Steptoe. Fast. Short, not too big, fast. Running back. Receiver. Quarterback. Okay. What a lineman at? We didn't have no linemen in our class. We had maybe 2 or 3 guys. It looked like an all-star game, man. The coach was licking his chops. He was like, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Shout out to Felipe Garcia. He was our middle school coach.
Okay. So, we lined it up. Okay, so it looks like an all-star game. Now, when did you realize, okay, we got a special unit here? Like, that was it that first, like, after that first practice? Was it after the first game, like halfway through the season? Like, that moment was like, okay, we all right.
Now, we knew it going in.
Going in?
Going in, because I'm saying 6th grade, when they got done with that final CCYFL season, they're like, dude, we all playing together next year.
Yep.
Ain't no, you got to go play on this team, you got to go play on that team. I mean, you got all your eggs in one basket. And it was just all about learning the new scheme and just running with it.
Running with it.
So many CCYFL legends were on that 7th grade team.
Oh, man, I wish y'all had, we had camcorders. Because I keep hearing about...
Somebody got the footage.
Somebody
out there
got
somewhere.
it. Because I keep hearing about these legendary CCYFL teams and the West Oso teams. I want to see it. You know what I mean? Because I love the history of football. So what was that 7th grade season like? Was that the year y'all went all the way we lost one game or something like that?
We didn't lose any.
Yeah. Okay.
We
Well,
never lost a
defeated.
game in football.
Okay. So city championship,
We don't play, at West Oso, we don't play for city championships. We just win district.
Our district. 'Cause we were at 3A school.
Okay. So, what was that first game like though? What was that? I'm curious. What was that first game?
Do you want me to be honest or do you want me to lie to you?
I want you to be honest.
Was it against Robstown, right?
It's against Robstown.
In Robstown.
Robert Driscoll Stadium at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yup, I remember that.
I went for 5 of them things by myself.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Mind you, we sat in the stands for 4 hours just waiting to play.
Yeah. My cousin Quincy, who was a running back, went for 3 of them things. They stopped taking score. We beat them 69-0.
Yeah.
And then we had to walk to the bus with our uniforms on because back then they would rock the bus.
Yeah, that's the second time I've heard about Robstown throwing rocks at buses.
But that was back then.
Yeah.
Robstown now, Coach Perry, y'all doing a great job out there. But that was back then.
All right, so you bust Robstown ass, right? What is that like? What does that season look like for you, individually? We went up first game. My first time actually getting to touch the rock for real. Because did you carry the ball at all?
Yeah, I was running back.
Okay.
We ran the veer.
No, I'm
so
talking
we
about
had
in
2 back.
CCYFL?
Up, tight end. Just got
Okay,
reverses.
now that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, just reverses.
The first time, you're genuinely here you go, consistently.
Yeah.
What was that season like?
if they kept stats, we went well over 2,000 apiece.
Sheesh.
And if I'm mistaken, I want to say whenever the beginning of the season started, like, you know how like most coaches or like CCI, I don't know how they do in CCISD, but they're like, okay, you're gonna play this position, you're gonna play this position. I remember our coaches literally asked us, what position y'all play at CCYFL? Yeah. our coaches asked us, what position do y'all play? Like that. They didn't put us at positions. Yeah. They asked us, what position do you play? So if you would have said receiver, you was finna go over there with the receivers.
That's tight, bro. Yeah. That's because like, even like that's how we like they did it back home too. Is like, all right, so what do you feel like you can do first before I put you somewhere? You know what I mean? Okay, you go out for receiver. Nah, son, you a corner. Yeah. You know what I mean? Hey, coach, I play left tackle. No, you too fast. You gonna go play left end. Yeah. You know what I mean? So 7th grade, we dominate. So what does that 8th grade year look like?
Man, 8th grade, we was really basically polishing our game to possibly be on the varsity team come freshman year. That was all of our goals, to play varsity as a freshman.
Okay, and that's like I think an advantage that schools like West Oso have is like it's the same feeder system. Like I'm going literally across the street from West Oso Middle or Intermediate to West Oso High School. Yeah. You know, and you have a legit shot of like this coach has seen me ball out for 2 years. As soon as I get up there, I know I'm getting a varsity locker. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, like, what were those competitions like in the summer of like, I mean, like entering that 8th grade year of like, hey, bro, if I do this right, I'm getting that spot. And I know like you and your bros, y'all just went for 2,000 a pop as 7th graders. I know like y'all love each other, but it has to be some form of friendly competition.
So what happened there? We went through 7th grade, dominated football, undefeated district champs. Then we transitioned to basketball. Okay. So you take that same group from football and put them on a basketball court. But the kicker, our basketball coach, it was his first year ever coaching.
Yep.
And he got a Ferrari.
Handed him the keys with unlimited gas.
And a gas card.
We lost one game that year to Catfeet in the CCISD tournament.
Yep. And the B team was a Mercedes. The A team was a Ferrari. The B team was a Mercedes because he coached both. He coached the A team and the B team. The A team was a Ferrari. The B team was a Mercedes.
And the reason those B team kids didn't play A team is because some of them didn't come to morning practice. So if they would have got up and came to morning practice, it could have been flip flop.
And you know what? Like so many kids miss their opportunity solely by I'm gonna sleep in today. Yeah. Or if there are any young mijos watching this. If the coach says there is a voluntary workout, that shit is not voluntary.
You're voluntold.
You're voluntold. What he is doing is seeing who is going to show up when no one wants to. Because that's the guy that's going to start the game. That's the guy, hey, son, you good? You good? You need a break? Hey, Jimmy, give him a break. You know what I mean?
But they had to kick us out of the gym, though.
And that is not here today.
They like, hey, girls got the court. Y'all need to get off the floor. Get out of here. Where we gonna go? We'll go across the street to the park and start hooping. Or we'll go to the back and start playing bear ball.
What is bear ball?
Tackle the man with the football.
Yeah. See, we call that something else. Yeah. Like, we called it smear the. I can't say that word no more. So we're gonna move on. So y'all just dominating football, basketball. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if y'all had a baseball team, but I'm pretty sure if y'all did, y'all would have dominated that too. Soccer, lacrosse. So 8th grade. Right? What is that? Like, what does that feel like? What is that year?
Coming in 8th grade, we knew it's the same squad moving up. They couldn't mess with us when we were 7th graders. We got faster, bigger, stronger. Mm-hmm. So he was like, you know what? Let's make a in-game game. We're gonna compete against each other. I'm not gonna let you outdo me. And that was our mindset for that 8th grade season.
So how many in-game games did you win?
I would say all of them. Because if I didn't get it on the offensive side, I got it on the defensive side.
Yeah, because that's the thing you also got to realize, too, the way you say, like, if you ain't good a receiver, we're going to put you at cornerback. Like, bro, we played, what do they call it, 2 platoon 4, they call it?
Iron Man.
We played Iron Man football. Like, we literally, like, Mondays, I can't remember the exact days, but like, I want to say, like, Tuesdays and Thursdays were, like, for defense. And
Monday and Wednesday
were like, for offense. Yeah, literally.
That's tight.
And then Fridays were special teams because the coach had to get ready
Our
for
games
varsity
were on
games.
Thursdays, yeah. So we
Yeah.
only practiced Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and our games were always on Thursday.
Until 8th grade year.
And then
they moved
Friday
to
we were all
Tuesday.
because we watched the varsity.
Yeah.
First of all, like that's a silly idea. Why would you put a football game on a Tuesday for middle schoolers?
Referees, they had enough officials
Oh, they
to
should've
cover all the JV games.
They should have called me.
And then refs used to hate us.
I bet.
Because we
Y'all
take
be
it the
talking
distance,
shit.
man. No, we
Oh,
we didn't talk noise. We were more humble than that.
Yeah,
Our varsity coaches told us, like, hey, you be humble. You know, you score, you don't celebrate. You hand the ref free the ball. Go to the sideline, get ready to do it again. Because guess what? You're on the kickoff team.
And you got time to celebrate. You need all that energy. You need all that energy. So, okay. So we dominate 7th grade. We dominate 8th grade. We enter the summer heading into freshman year. Okay. What is that moment like for a young AC? Like, we thinking we can do something with this at the varsity level. Did
you play with us on that Northside Night League team?
Yep.
So they weren't even worried about football summer going into
What? Oh, you talking about the basketball league?
Yeah,
I'm
we
talking
played summer going into 9th grade. We played in a summer basketball league.
At TCRs.
Yeah, at TC Airs. Won that.
And the Cinco de Mayo tournament.
Yeah.
Those are the big tournaments back then.
Yeah.
Bro, we need to put on another tournament. Hey, Jacoby, you need to put on a tournament, dog. People show up for that. But anywho, let's get back to you, Mr. AC.
So going into that freshman year, honestly, my mind was going all over the place. Basketball team had just went to state. So I'm like, man, if I can go to state with these dudes. I can't play ball. I had a cousin, my brother on the team. So I'm like, if I become a manager, I can go to state, get a medal, get everything they get, and I ain't even got to go to
Ain't even gotta
practice.
take a dribble.
Yeah, ain't even got to go to practice. You know, just show up on game days and do what I got to do.
Hey, your water cold, bro. You good? You good?
Well, I ended up becoming the cameraman.
Yep. The cameraman.
So
yep.
So
I recorded the games.
how did that conversation take place? Oh, so it went from like, hey, can you film so that way we can watch the films?
Yes.
Okay.
I just went to Coach Campbell, who's our, one of the greatest coaches that also had in basketball. And I said, Coach, I want to play, but I'm not that good. But I want to be a part of the team. And he was like, I need somebody to record the games.
I'm your man.
Take it. Got shoes, got warm-ups, got a bag. Just
Be
show
part
up
of
on
the
game
team.
day and record the games.
So, like, is this the first time that you are full-fledged behind the camera, like operating in control of like what would eventually become your future greatness?
You could say that, but at the time, that wasn't the mind frame. My frame was, I'm finna be down with these dudes that done went to state and get all the good stuff. It had nothing to do with.
But from the outside looking
learning
in,
that.
you also got to give it like, bro, he was up there recording them games as a freshman,
Yep.
14, 15 years old by himself. He didn't have an adult next to
Yeah,
him
I-
telling him what he was up there. Like, you look up at the stand, you're
Yeah.
going to see AC up there by himself, literally.
With
as
no
a 14, 15-year-old
tripod,
freshman.
with the camera that
Yeah,
goes
with the
on the
camera
shoulder.
on your shoulder. Yep.
And you had to be still. You couldn't be shaking. Yeah. He showed me how to do it once and caught on to it.
That's tight. So, like, now, although we weren't a part of the team, you're part of the team, right? When you're now, did you ever go to a film session?
They watch film in the mornings.
No.
So no.
No.
Yeah, so no.
So, because my question was going to be like, did you ever like watch like what you recorded and was like, whoa, that's kind of tight? Like,
I did watch some of it.
okay, and like, were you like, okay, I'm okay.
Wasn't even thinking
Wasn't even
about
thinking about it. So, like, at what point did we like develop like a? I'm not even going to use the word love for photography. I'm just going to use the word like interest because like right now it's just like so I can be on the team. You know what I mean, I'm just recording this so I can get my medal. This is my job. Coach told me to do, and I'm checking my box. Right. So when did you gather a true interest for photography? I should say.
And I can't recall the year, but I was working on the base here in Corpus, and the government started doing layoffs. So a couple of us got laid off. And I'm on my way home. I had just got my check. I said, man, I'm going to stop at this pawn shop right here, see what's going on. Went in there, saw a camera. I was like, you know what? When I was in high school, we had a dude named Mr. Jesse that took pictures. I could do that. I think I could do that. And then, at that time, I had just stopped coaching with the Hammerheads. So I was removing myself from football. Got to pick up something else when you drop something.
Yeah.
And I picked that up, and I just started going from there.
Okay. So that's cool. That's cool. Like, because a lot of people, like, I've had moments like that too, like where it's like, bro, like, I think I can do that shit. And like it just happens, right? So what like was the moment where you go, I think I can do this, to, oh hell yeah, I can do this shit?
Let's see. Man, we was at Buck Stadium, Moody versus Oso. It was supposed to be a Friday night game, but a hurricane or storm was threatening, and it made a turn. So they canceled the game Friday night and then called it back on Saturday. I think they played like at 11, 12.
It was a doubleheader that day, if I'm not mistaken. Yep.
So, I'm taking pictures at my nephew game. My nephew, my little cousin out there on the team. And then all I hear is, hey, you going to come back to the later game? Look back, shout out to my boy Marcus Lavelle. Wanted me to come take pictures of Austin and Body. They freshman year. So stopped to talk to them after the game and like, well, I'll talk to Coach Evans and see, what he say. Evans was like, I'm cool with that. Come on. And then from there, I was like, okay, I think I can do this.
I think I can do this.
I can do this. If they asking me, they ain't even seen the work yet, I could do it. But at that time, I didn't have the proper gear.
So
let's go back some though, because man, we got sophomore year, because I was there, bro. Sophomore year, junior year,
We still ain't talking about freshman year.
Go for it.
Okay, so freshman year, like, let me see. Also goes to state of basketball and football. We all play on the JV team because we don't have no freshman team. Because, man, that was the thing, too. A lot of us that played on that 8th grade team, by the time we got to high school, like, man, that 8th grade team, what do we have? Maybe 30, 40 people.
Yeah.
By the time we got to that JV squad, man, it was maybe only 15 of us on that. Yep, literally. And all those other kids were still in school, too. Some of them just didn't want to play high school football. Yep.
But coming in freshman year, you got to see, we got Liddell Anthony, running back, Stephen Fillmore, the running back, Tommy West,
Shout out Coach Gilmore,
running back, Jason Price, fullback. So coming in, you're like, man, you got all these great backs, all these people that played varsity before. As a freshman, ain't no way you're going to take these 2 spots. So sat down and talked to the defensive coordinator, Mark Guess. He's in Brownsville right now. He said, if you want to be on varsity as a freshman, you're going to have to change positions. Linebacker, running back. Well, guess what? Those guys played linebacker, running back. So he was like, I got an idea. It might work, it might not. Go play D-line. Okay. Middle school, they put us down at D-line for goal line situations. I could do that. I know I could do that. I'm fast.
There's that phrase again. I could do that.
Got up there, practiced with the varsity every day after our practice, because our practice got cut short. Go over there with the varsity, take reps, get on that D-line. Yeah, they gave me fits, but I gave them work. Like LaShawn McCoy said, crazy work.
Crazy work.
And from there, I switched over. I'm like, I'm playing D-line from here on out. I don't need to tote that rock. D-line, let's get it.
What spot were we in?
Nose guard.
Nose guard.
So there's
Big body bully.
Yeah, so with the speed being a running back, there's no way this center can snap the ball
and get his hands
and punch
on
you at the same time. So that cheating that we did in CCYFL came back. If I line up on the snap hand, it is impossible for a high school dude to block me that way. And ran with it.
See, and that's a minute detail that like a lot of people don't pick up on. Like, and then
the game.
Also another thing that can't happen, like with the speed that you have, is that guard has no time to pull and meet you in the hole.
No.
Because by the time he disappears, you're gonna shoot through that gap.
And when he pull, I'm in his hip pocket. I'm pulling with you. Where you going? Let's go. You going to the ball? Come on, take me.
Can we go to the store?
Let's go.
So, what is that first year on varsity? What is that like? Like, we've done like showing crazy work in practice. Like, what's that first? Williams, you're up.
So opportunity never came. Got hurt in a scrimmage. So they're like, we're not going to bring you up. And then when they decided that I was going to get brought up to varsity mid-district, I failed Spanish.
Oh, shit.
Mijo.
Failed Spanish.
Mijo. What was your grade?
Man, it was a 67.
You couldn't cheat off a pretty Spanish girl, Doug.
That wasn't the point. The point was the Spanish teacher at the time, love her to death now. She didn't like freshmen. You wasn't gonna punk her.
And his mama was a teacher, so he gotta do the work.
I
he gotta do the work.
Gotta do the
His
work.
mama a West Coast legend. He gotta do the work.
Gotta earn it. Wasn't nothing gonna be given. So I took that on the chin, man, and that hurt me. I played maybe 4 games on JV, and then that took the rest of it.
We were horrible.
Took the rest of it, man.
So like, what does that?
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Well, we had juniors on JV and everything.
But then
we was horrible.
So what does that moment feel like when, like, because y'all been smacking
crazy,
shit, y'all been smacking shit since Pee Wee, so that's 5th grade, 6th grade, y'all smack shit in 7th grade, y'all smack shit in 8th grade. Now y'all, like, what does that moment like? Because
for me, when we got to high school, that's when everybody started going their separate ways. Mm-hmm. So my cousin was one of the best running backs that I played with. I ain't gonna lie, he was better than me. But since we ran Navier, yeah, Quincy, I'm telling it now. Finally, I clamped down on that thing so the quarterback couldn't pull it, and then I just made it work. So
he ain't getting that ball from you.
He wasn't pulling it. So when he moved to Austin, part of the backfield left, and then my boy Versal ended up moving to Houston. So now the backfield is really gone. It's just me and the quarterback. So I'm like, 8 touchdowns a game right there. They gone.
Yeah, because LaQuinn had went out to receiver.
Yeah.
I think was Chris still there? What position was Chris still playing?
Pennybaker?
Yeah, Pennybaker, yeah.
We moved him out to receiver.
Okay, and Mexican Chris, was he
Taco came in as a running back too.
Okay,
but
already.
He came in from Martin, so he didn't have, the
had that
hard
dog in him.
nose running folks over like we did. He run past you and shake you and stuff. But, man, we moved him to slot because we started running the pro style offense. And, yeah.
Jeez. So what's that junior year like?
You gotta go sophomore year
Sophomore
before
year.
junior year because
Sophomore year. So
I did skip sophomore year. My bad.
So we lose our coach. Terry Avery decides he's gonna become the principal, which that's a great thing, man. You go from coaching to being an administrator now. So I'm on the defense, man. Am I gonna stay at Oso or am I leaving? Because I knew I could play, but what coach is going to come in there and let this 5'6", 180-pound defensive lineman play? So I go to Carroll. Terry Morris looks at me and says, you'd be a great pulling guard. I'm a running back. Now, I didn't tell him I play D-line. I'm a running back. No, absolutely not. So I go talk to the folks at Moody. Yeah, you can come be a fullback. They had Michael Allen, Daddy-O, and Leo there. They're like, you be a fullback. Okay, I can do fullback. Then the defensive coordinator also gets the head job, Mark Guess. That guy's my mentor. Like, he really changed my life.
real good dude, man. Real good dude.
I slipped up in the 8th grade and was talking bad about some things that I shouldn't have been talking about. And he overheard it and pulled me to the side. He was like, you can't be a man doing things like this. You got to do this, especially you're a minority. They're going to look at you a certain way. Yes.
And this was a white man.
White man.
This was a white man.
Put me on game in the 8th grade. So it changed my life. So when he got the head job, I'm in there. I'm staying because he going to give me that opportunity. And he was my powerlifting coach.
He was the one who had the idea, right?
Yes.
So it was like you were his project.
Yes.
So for a fact.
Yeah.
I'm in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So going into sophomore year, we're young. Because that freshman year, that team was full of seniors. A couple of juniors, but they really wasn't that great, but they were good. But to us, they were used to losing. So, because they came off that JV team before we got there, and they were losing. They was losing. So
we just gotta keep it 100, man.
Hit the button, Dave. Hit the button.
I'm keeping it a buck. So we come into that year.
That's funny.
We first game, man, right off the rip is Altier Rice consolidated. At that time, I think they were 5A school or big 4A. They had a dude that they call him Dion. You see high step down the sideline. Kick return, punt return, receiver, high step. So we come in there.
That's a tight nickname.
Our group, the 04 class, we wasn't used to losing. We didn't know how to lose.
Y'all losing, start fighting.
49-0, bro.
Damn.
In Victoria on a Thursday night.
But to be fair, man, that whole varsity squad was all of our sophomore class.
Yeah,
like
we
you
were
said, it was
sophomores, all
big. We were all sophomore. I didn't play on that squad, but they were all sophomores. And man, this is where I want him to tell this story because they have a redemption comes junior year. Like that sophomore year, it was kids who had played in middle school, but they were making fun of them because they went literally 1-9. Literally, they wouldn't win in no games. I want to say, how many games did y'all lose in a row before y'all beat? Was it Taft, right?
We lost, yeah, man.
We're like 0-8 or something, right?
We're 0-8. Beat Taft on homecoming. 13,
Oh, man, that was so
13-12.
loud.
Shout out to Mac McIntyre for missing the screen, and I was able to intercept it and seal the deal. Got you, Mac.
Gotcha, man.
I'll never forget that. It was so loud, baby.
But yeah, man,
That's tight.
it was bad, man. We had teachers, telling us, why y'all even going to practice? Y'all gonna lose. So, sophomore year, all that's in the back of the head. We transitioned into basketball. I go to powerlifting because I was gonna lift some weights. It's pretty damn strong too. The dudes go to basketball. We lose. They win. They don't win district. We lose 2 district games to AP. Because when Oso won that state in basketball, AP would go to state in basketball. So they had Tommy Blake. I don't know if you ever heard of him. Tommy was the truth. We go to basketball. I'm still a manager. So I'm still recording games. But off-season football workouts, we're like, dude, we need to shock the world. We were 1-9 last year. Let's get off on the right foot. Let's do this thing. So we come through to junior year. We ready. We feel like this is our year.
And that's when Champ comes and to Oso too already.
So we start off 2 days strong, looking good. We lost one of our best receivers. Daniel Jackson hurt his knee. He was a senior. He transferred from Flower Bluff when he was a sophomore. Got some quality time up on the varsity. So he was our leader. Him and Darryl Whitehead, we call him DJ, linebacker. They both went down in the scrimmage or practice. One of the, I'm not too sure. But DJ's was a meniscus, so he was able to come back. But man, we got off to a hot start. I mean, hot. We played San Diego Vaqueros, crazy work. Went down to Falfurrias. They had Mark Cates, not Mark Cates, that was before me. Ruben Cantu, who was the 100 champion the year before, state champion in the 100. Gave him the business.
Crazy work.
Yeah, crazy work. Man, who do we play? Oh, no, that wasn't that year we played Refugio. That was sophomore year. We got drugged by them. Who else did we play that year?
About to get on his max prep.
we played Kennedy, the Kennedy Lions. Felt kind of bad because they hadn't scored all season. We gave up a kick return. In the first quarter, we drive down the score, we kick it off, they take it to the crib. Coach jump on us. I'm like, dude, I'm anchoring this defense. Like, we got to tighten this up. Special teams too. But I ain't come off the field. D-line, fullback, halftime, I march with the band. I ain't come off the field, cuz. Man.
You gotta clip that. That's tight.
Man.
Bro, okay, I got a random question though. Like, what is that moment like when you like you legit march with the band at halftime?
March with the band.
Bro, what is like as an athlete, as a football player, you didn't give me here. Like, what is that moment like? Like, cause I know you tired, bro. Offense, defense, now you gotta go march, and that shit requires choreography.
What? Man, that's what we did. When we wasn't in the weight room or in the gym hooping, we was in the band. Yep. We was in the band hall making beats. Getting ready for the Buck Parade, Houston Parade, man. That's what we did. That's why we were so tight, because we did everything together.
I'm about to put up that skills, y'all can keep
So I think we played San Diego, Falfurrias, Kennedy, and Freer. So we smacked all them teams. So we had confidence going in the district. Like, yeah, we could do this, dog. So get in the district. I want to say we played AP first. Man, do we play AP? I don't remember who we played, but we got our first district dub early. So we was like, we could do this. It depended on who it was, man. Because Champ came in when Champ came, Wayne McNary, you know, coach called me in because I was at that time starting fullback, running back because we ran the Veer system, and they're like, got another running back come in. I'm like, yeah, he's a Fillmore. He finna tote that thing. Hey, I get to focus on defense. I'm good. So basically gave up my starting spot to him.
Those are the only games that they got from that season on there.
That's the 02 season.
Yeah, that would have been junior year because senior year would have been the 03 season. We graduated in 04. So our senior year would have been the 03 season, the 02 season would be junior year.
Yeah, so this AP game, man, that was a good game. I scored the first touchdown on the audible. Quarterback check to opposite side, broke through that thing untouched. But they had Tommy Blake. Forgot who the quarterback was. Quarterback went D1 for baseball. They had a real good squad. No, see, that's the year we played Yoakum. Junior year.
Yeah.
We played Yoakum, so it wasn't.
It's a game, right?
We played them at Oso first.
Okay.
We lost 26-13.
Okay.
And come to find out, the running back was my cousin.
That's tight.
I ain't know him. So he gonna get treated like everybody else.
Smack.
So y'all lost to Yoakum in the regular season?
Yeah, 26-13.
Okay, and then y'all played them again in the playoffs?
Third round of the playoffs. We kicked the outside kick. They went up 14-0 on us early. We didn't make any adjustments from the first game. And
Let's talk about all the other playoff games, and then we'll get to the Yoakum game.
Right.
Let's talk. What was the by district? Which one was first, Devon or Orange Grove?
Devon.
Okay.
So we make the playoffs, and how we get in the playoffs is crazy scenario. We got to beat Mathis at Mathis. That year, a tornado hit the West, tore up Delmar, tore up the HEB on Leopard.
Wait, a tornado in Corpus?
Actual tornado.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember that.
Wait, we get hurricanes, not tornadoes.
The same thing we said.
Now, being from Alabama, I'm used to a tornado warning. Like, they had us in the hallway, like, with the book on our head. What did y'all do?
We really didn't know, because so we were all in class. It was going in the 6-7 period. One of them two came in, and he was like, "Man, it's a tornado outside."
Nah, boy, who cries
get
wolf?
tornadoes. Teacher sent us out. I'm in the Spanish class. This is Spanish 2 now. So
You in Spanish.
Huh?
You in Spanish, bro.
Hey, I had straight B's in it that year. Straight B's.
He said I was bueno.
So we go outside and we run to the little side door and we see the palm trees scraping the ground. We're like, man, something's going on. So they get on shelter in place. Can't nobody leave unless your parents check you out or come pick you up. That was on a Thursday. They say, hey, man, we're going to council practice today. Everybody go home. Come in Friday. Games council because the lights messed up. Bro, we've been busting tail all week to cancel this thing? No, we're going to go play. Coach get on the phone, call Mathis. Yo, we'll play here at our house. Y'all be the home team, everything, just like y'all at home.
Oh,
No, the fuck it's not.
Man, we got out there, went to work. It was crazy because our band didn't get to go. Our cheerleaders didn't get to go. It was only the football team. And when I say the community showed up, they showed up. It was back and forth game, and my boy Luther caught an interception off the other team's face mask to seal it. We won, I think, 13-12. And that gave us that third seat to get in the playoffs.
Jeez.
Because we didn't beat AP, of course. And then the top dog at that time was Sinton. And
So y'all got in with the third and last seed?
Third and last seed.
So
y'all went up against the number one team?
Went number one in that district.
In their district already.
So, like, what is that, like, what sense of pride did that take, though? Like, to go from a year ago, we're getting smacked around, to, hey, bro, we made the playoffs. And not just made the playoffs, because now teams are making the playoffs at 2-8.
Yeah.
Ray High School. But, like, y'all actually earned that spot. Y'all had to deal with, making sure we kept this shit together, because any loss or, like, because on losing cultures, anything that'll set you off will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like being able to balance that and then keeping that winning momentum going, because that's another monster together.
Yeah.
And then like okay, bro, we made it to the playoffs.
So after that night, we celebrated, man. We danced and partied in that locker room like we won the Super Bowl. Because remember, we hadn't lost until we got to high school.
Yeah.
So we didn't know how to lose.
Yeah.
And it kind of seemed like we forgot how to win.
Yeah.
So when we finally started winning, we were like, "This is how I feel. Let's not lose this thing." So man, we was excited. So we were watching High School Extra at the time. They come on at midnight.
Craig Way.
Yeah, Craig Way. So we watching. We see who we gonna get. Because coaches ain't gonna tell us. They don't have huddle and all this stuff.
Yeah.
They actually have to drive the next morning, do the coin flip and all of that. And we see it on the ticker, West Doso at Devon. Said, man, we got to travel for our first playoff game at their house. Leaving school early. That was the ultimate flex too, getting to leave early. Man.
So we take off on the road, right? So what's that week of practice like for that first playoff game?
So for us, for that junior class, we know what playoff football was. Freshman year, we didn't get moved up. You know, a couple of us did, and they lost first round. Sophomore year, of course, we didn't even come close to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So we're like, man, this is nice. Like, we cracking heads all week throughout the season, and playoff practice is just shell.
Oh, all right.
Man, I ain't got to put my pants on. I just wear my girdle. Bad, easy. And it wasn't really drills. It was just game planning, a lot of scheming. Mm-hmm. They had to get the schematics right for the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. So we wrap up the week of practice. We're leaving school early. We getting on the bus. Yep. What's that bus ride up for there like for that first playoff game? Is it like we normal energy? We locked in. Everybody quiet, nerves. Like what's that moment like?
Man, I don't even know if I want to tell y'all. They had them shakers on the back of the bus. People getting stung for money left and right on that bus. Hey, that's what they did. Hey, if that's what cleared them dudes' head and got them ready to play, then that's what they did. Me, I sat in the middle of the bus, and if I wasn't listening to Kryptonite by Three Doors Down, I was making beats on the back of the seat. But it was great getting into the playoffs, man. I didn't know how to handle it.
Heard.
As a junior, like, man, we finally made the playoffs. Like, this is what it feels like.
So we get there, get off the bus, get changed, warm-ups happen, coin flip happens, kickoff happens. Are you on the kickoff team or the kickoff return team?
I didn't come off the field.
So my bad. Were you on the kickoff team or the kickoff return team to start the game? Let me reframe my question.
So I don't remember if we received, but I was the middle guy. I
Okay.
performed the wedge, and if we kicked off,
You busted up the wedge.
I was the kicker.
Oh, damn. I'm going to get some of these guesses right.
I didn't come off the field.
I'm on your side. I want him on my team. King, look, tell Roger Goodell with the first round pick. Team riding high drafts AC. So kickoff happens. We settle in. Like, what is that game like? Like,
Yeah, because I'm looking at the score. There's like kind of a close game. Did
looks
they
like it was
go
a
up and y'all
back-and-forth
come
game.
back, or how does that go?
It wasn't a good game. It wasn't a good first 3 quarters for us. We, like I said, we were the third place team. We didn't know how to really win, especially on a road like that far. Devon's up there, but what, San Antonio?
Yep.
Outside of San Antonio, they're the district champs. You know, they got running back that looked like Scatterboo. I mean, he was a workhorse. So we finally settled in mid third quarter, and Deshaun bust one. He gone. They call it back. Yeah, holding. Champ
65.
busted. Champ Wayne McNary bust one. No, that's stuck.
Oh, that was stuck?
They kept that one.
stuck like a spade.
I'm not gonna say we squib kick, but I kind of missed the ball.
Now, was it on purpose or accident?
I was tired.
Hey, King, he didn't come off the field.
I was tired. So, you know, they had a short field. Coach like, hey, man, you can bend but don't break. That was his favorite saying. You know, you can give them yards, but don't let them score. I don't know if it was Benny or Derek Diaz or Rick Diaz, but somebody got a pick. No. Yeah, they got a pick. Went down there, scored again. So now we're like, man, hey, we can win this thing.
Win this thing.
They get the ball. It was a perfect kick. I actually come off the field on this kickoff. they let DeMond.
I came off the field.
They let DeMond kick the ball off because DeMond was a kicker too.
Already.
And he booted that thing. I mean, dang near to the end zone. So they marching down the field. They run a speed option, and I beat the guard.
Where you going?
Quarterback never sees me. I'm trailing from behind. He goes to pitch that thing to the before Scatterboo. I caught that thing. Laid it down. Let's go score. Let's go win this game. We marched down to score again. Missed the 2-point conversion, so we're going to overtime. Man, we tired. We
Huffing and puffing. Pads getting tight.
They fumbled the snap. We went, I forgot what front we ran, but I wasn't at nose. I was playing a two-tech over the guard. And we slanted away from the center. So I was slanting to the boundary, to the field side. And they fumbled the snap and we recovered it. And next play, I think Champ or Benny, somebody took that thing in and it was over. Man, we partied on their field like we partied in Mathis.
And you have to take your pads off and walk to the bus.
No.
Keep them on like Robstown.
We kept them on because we never knew. We never knew.
Okay, so we get through Divine, right? Next we have Orange Grove on the road.
So that leading up to that Orange Grove game, where's Orange Grove? That's right down the road.
Down the street.
Coach, let's take that thing to Buck Stadium. Ooh. We've never played at Buck Stadium. Never. Let's take that thing to Buck Stadium. Then we find out it costs more to play at Buck Stadium than it is the Alamo Dome.
That's...
So Coach like, nah. Lost the flip too.
Damn.
So like, man, it's home and home. Like we're going to Orange Grove because we scrimmaged Orange Grove that year.
That's wrecked him on that scrimmage.
Ran him off the field. That scrimmage was when we knew it was over.
Right.
Champ ran, I think, 4 of them things in. We don't keep scoring in scrimmages. So we find out we playing at TM. We get there, TM. Like, where the locker rooms at? Our locker room's way on the other side by the ag barn. So we walk in the locker room smelling nothing but animal feces because that's where the ag barn is. Oh, yeah, they got to pay for that. They got to pay. So we get in the game. It's back and forward. They get up on us. And we start clawing back. I work with a guy who played on that team, and he was like, man, y'all cheated. Y'all ran out of timeouts, so every play somebody was acting like they was hurt to stop the clock and y'all can make substitutions. But nah, man, we came with that thing and pulled that one out. Like,
what a gritty team.
Man, it was a stand. We had like 4th and 2.
That's what I was about to say, because it's a one-score game, 28-21. Like, what was the... Like, we don't got to get into all the details, but, like, what was the moment, like, that game was sealed? Like, how did y'all close that game out?
When Julian Lopez beat their all-state in tackle for a sack on 4th and 2. And all we had to do was take 2 knees and we out that thing. Man.
All right, and then the last one.
Round 3, bro. Here we go.
The rematch.
So y'all played Yoakum earlier in the season,
Early in the season. They came to the crib.
What was the score in that first game?
We lost 26-13.
26-13, okay. Now, being that team that coming into this same year, like, we still trying to find our confidence. We can't be this bad again type shit, right? Now, early on, that had a chance to be like, bro, we are the same bad news bears, right?
Yeah.
So now you meet this same team, and y'all done been through a dogfight against Divine, a dogfight through Orange Grove, and now you get y'all created this problem.
Yeah.
Right? So what is that game like? What is that week of practice like?
So that week of practice back then, that's Thanksgiving week.
Yep.
We ain't got school. So we practicing in the morning. The game is on a Friday. So we practicing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thanksgiving morning. So that whole mindset going into that was we're not going to get beat the same way. We got beat the first game, Quarterback fumbled the snap, kicked the ball 3 times backwards trying to pick it up.
That's illegal.
Stood up. No, he's actually trying to scoop it.
Okay.
No, he's not kicking it.
I thought it was...
No, he's trying to scoop it. And we own him. Gets it, steps back, and just chunks it. Receiver beat everybody because the DBs thought we had him sacked. And that's what broke the game open for him. So we're going into that thing with DBs, we're not going to get beat. Up front, we didn't dominate, but we held our own. That quarterback name was Randy Boone. He went to pitch at the University of Texas. Won a national championship. So that season, we played against 2 University of Texas pitchers who won national championships. Adrian Alanis and Randy Boone.
Sheesh. So, like, 14, like, so this, I feel like this was like one of those low scoring but hella exciting, crazy games, like
was
down
that
to
game
the
in?
wire.
It was
Like,
a Seguin. Matador
Oh, yeah, that
Stadium.
was a game in Seguin. Yeah.
First time we took a charter bus on the varsity level.
We made it, mama.
First time we took the charter bus. Man, that game really meant a lot to me because my grandma went. My grandma, she really didn't go to the game. She just watched it on the
You
news.
know it's important. The big mama
Yeah,
went.
she went, and man, we got off to a rough start. They went up early, 7-0, and it's dogfight back and forth till mid third quarter. Then they go up 14-0. So late in the fourth, we like, let's get this. Champ break it. He gone 6, get the extra point. Kick an onside kick. Champ recovers the onside kick after it hits one of the Yoakum players. Takes it to the crib.
Okay, no.
It comes back. Nope.
Oh, okay. It's
It's on the kickoff.
Okay.
You can't advance a kick.
You can't-
Okay,
You
I
couldn't
thought they were
advance
gonna.
the
I thought they were
onside
gonna
kick.
hit y'all with illegal touching.
No.
Okay.
So it said you couldn't advance
Yeah.
an onside kick, but it was muffed. It hit.
Yeah.
So he was able to advance that. They called it back. Ran out of time.
Dang.
Yeah, because once it's muffed, it's considered a fumble and live ball.
Live ball.
Now, if he would have been the first one to cover it, touch it after 10, then it's dead right
Yeah.
there. But yeah, that should have been. Man, y'all had a hell every story I hear, y'all be getting hoed, man. So some
Man.
crazy calls.
And it's because the folks that came before us, because they used to dog walk everybody. And then it was like, you know what? It's payback time.
Facts.
Like Sinton, middle school, I don't think they saw the end zone. Both games, 7th and 8th grade. We get to high school, we couldn't keep them out of the end zone. My sophomore year, junior year, they beat us 102-0, both games combined.
That's crazy work. That is crazy work. So this is your junior year?
Junior year.
Junior year. Okay. So obviously we weren't dancing in the locker room this time.
Nah, we was crying. Man, we was crying on the field. The field crew come and tell us y'all got to go because we got another game coming up. And I cried like a baby. I hated losing.
Yeah.
No matter what it was, I hated losing.
So what's that?
Senior year.
What's that off season like heading into your senior year? Like, because clearly like we hurt, but we feel like we can do this.
We finna better. We finna do it.
Because y'all were
This
like
our
primary sophomores and juniors, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this our year. This our team. Because if you look at it, the dudes that dominated us from the other schools wasn't in our class. So we look back to what we did in middle school. So those kids are on varsity now. During the sophomore junior season, they wasn't on varsity. So like, man, we got this. Got it. That off-season workout was tough. It was a lot of fights. It looked like a college off-season because we was spring ball because we was getting after it every day. Every day. And we couldn't wait to put on them pads that first scrimmage.
Who got to work that first scrimmage?
Orange Grove.
Oh, y'all was gonna stop picking on Orange Grove. So we mopped the floor with Orange Grove. We in the scrimmage. Like, who do y'all open the season up with?
So, oh man, here we go.
Uh-oh.
So we go scrimmage Orange Grove like 10 o'clock in the morning in Orange Grove. Give them crazy work. They couldn't hold me. They couldn't stop me on the D-line. And then back there, we ended up moving to a Mustang set. So it was fullback to stand-up back. I was like back there like Gentry with a cowboy collar and a visor. They couldn't tackle me. I'd get 4 or 5 yards of pop, and I'm squatting 600 pounds, damn near 7. One person ain't gonna bring me down. So the whole team, they blowing whistles because all 11 hats is to the ball. Even the coach trying to get me down. It wasn't working. So we gave them the work. Then we moved on to Hebronville, man, at home. We at Hebronville. I mean, at the crib against Hebronville. We giving them the business. Back then the scrimmage, you go 20-20, 15-15, 10-10, and you run a quarter. Mm-hmm. We get down to the last 10, and one of the players mess up. Gets pulled out. I'm done for the night. I don't need to play the quarter. Like, just get ready for this for the season. I get put back in. We worked on this one play, not special play. It was our bread and butter. Like, if all fails, you're gonna check to this. If they don't have a nose guard, this is the play we running. That whole week of practice, our center and guard messed it up. Got back in the scrimmage, put my helmet back on. That thing partied like the Red Sea. He blocked it perfect. Boom, I'm out of there. I'm gone. I ain't fast, though. So my mentality, I'm going to hit you before you hit me because I love contact. So I'm running down the left side of the field. I see a dude running up on me. So I lean in to truck him. Never heard or saw the dude coming from my left side. He goes to chop me because they couldn't tackle me straight up. He goes to chop me, and as he hits me, the other guy scissors me. My ankle gets stuck in the turf. Down he goes.
Bruh, you know what's crazy? I broke my leg in the exact same way.
Sick, man. So I'm laid out there on the field. The coach comes out. Every time I get hurt, he would always look back to find my mom because she was in charge of the dance team with the band. Give him a thumbs up or like, come on down. He never gave her the signal to come on down. He turned around and found her. He was like, come on. So they met her at the gate, said it looks pretty bad. You know, he's probably going to have to go to the hospital. So I looked down like, oh, damn. They ain't supposed to be looking like that. So I'm like, man, I'm the leader of this team. I proclaimed myself to be the team captain. I ran that team. Called all my seniors over. Hey, man, the job ain't done. Finish it. Finish it. They like, man, you need to worry about this. No, finish this. Get in EMTs load me up, get to the hospital. The ER nurse and doctor's like, oh, man, dislocated. 3 weeks, she'll be back. Bet. Like Booby Miles, 3 weeks, I'll be ready. They cut that shoe off, my foot fell. Like, it's dislocated, though. I'll be all right. Them x-rays came back, they like, shattered. Surgery first thing in the morning. Senior year, done.
It's a wrap. Damn it, boy. So, what is that moment like when they tell you? Because I know for me, like, after they took my shoe off and I heard that initial pop, 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 I was like, oh, this is done, right? And I was devastated because I was like, senior year is done. We were heading, unfortunately, I was heading into the playoffs. Like, we were playing in the district championship game, right? So what was that moment like when the doctor said, because I know, like, when he said, all right, so, yeah, you are done for 8 weeks. I'm like, bro, we only got 3 weeks left.
Yeah.
So, like, I know I was devastated, crushed. Like, what was that moment like?
So, man, I was devastated. Like, I cried like a baby. Yeah. I told mom, like, what my job was to retire you.
Yeah.
Like, through the game of football that had blessed me since I was 6. And now I got to sit out a whole year? Senior year, like, scholarships was coming in. Well, not coming in, but coaches and recruits was starting to look at you.
You were having conversations.
Yeah. So, it's like, what am I going to do now? Like, all I was able to do was play football. So I kind of felt
couldn't
like...
speak Spanish.
Yeah. Well, no, I couldn't then. Yeah, I was good at that then. I felt like Booby Miles, man. Yeah. When he snatched, everything out and crying to Uncle LB in the car, that's how I felt. So, senior year go through, and I turned into a coach. So my backup was a backup receiver.
On the D-line or the running back?
D-line. Remember, I focused on D-line once McNary got there. Yeah. And then we started getting all these other cats that can run the ball, so I focused on defense. That was my primary. So he come in, and he's like, man, we're going to move little Bobby over. That was his name, Robert Vela. Bobby over to nose guard. He is a 5'5", 122-pound boxer out of Robstown.
That's a DB.
Or a kicker.
Or a kicker.
I coached him up to be first team all district. As a 17-year-old high school kid.
That's amazing.
Teaching him the tricks, the ins and outs of the game. But that whole senior year, man, I was sidelined. The first, 4 games, I was in a wheelchair on the sideline. They refused to take the field without me taking the field with them, so they pushed me out on the field. We didn't have turf, we had grass.
Yeah.
So they pushed me out on the field. They start, going crazy and messing up. Hey, crutches, give me the headset. Get over here. You need to do this, fix this, fix that. And them dudes, they balled out for me that year. We got to playoffs, playing Divine. Rule of thumb, the rule is if you go to their house, the next year they got to come to your house. Playoff game at home. So, okay. So I go to the doctor. I'm doing all my physical therapy, rehab, all this. Because my goal, I'm coming back. Like, I'm going to come back. We lose. Playoff game to Divine. They beat they beat smack out of us at home.
It looked like it was only a 10-point game, so was the score closer than what it looked like on the field?
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah. It was the adjustments that we made, but we couldn't catch up. I didn't tell nobody, but that Friday morning of that game, I got released for full duty. I was playing the next week regardless. I don't care what nobody said. I was playing. But, it didn't work out that way. So that's really how my football career ended until DeAndre Fillmore vouched for me to become a preferred walk-on in Kingsville.
So what's the rest of that senior year like?
It's a struggle.
Okay.
Because now I have to prove myself somehow. And being on that football field was me proving myself. So I go and have a conversation with Coach Campbell. Coach, I think I'm playing basketball this year. I've been with the dudes, I hung out with them. We on the gun, shooting and all that good stuff. I had a shot. I could dribble. I was quick. I could cut you off on the trap. I'd take a charge. I'd rebound. And he was like, are you sure? I said, yeah, I'm sure. First practice morning, practice 6 o'clock. Did a 5-minute run. We went on a jump rope. Man, this ain't for me. But remember, I'm still nursing this ankle, so I'm timid. So I'm like, you know what? That's it. I ain't going to do it. I'm going to stay being a manager. I'm just going to bust my tail in the weight room for powerlifting. I started seeing more time on the baseball field. And then track, I started showing out more with the discus and the shot because being in the wheelchair and the crutches,
that's
upper body. All upper body.
Upper
So
body.
I started showing out and shining in that. So I proved myself those ways versus on that football field.
Okay. So we graduate, preferred walk-on at Kingsville. So what is that like?
So I get there, and first name I get.
Were you already enrolled in Kingsville, just going to school at the time?
No.
Okay.
No. So I get there, and the first nickname I get since DeAndre vouched for me was Lil Fillmore. So everybody in the complex, coaches included, called me Lil Fillmore. It just didn't work out. Not the nickname, but just learning, you're not getting scholarship money to do this. It's not high school.
Yeah.
These dudes can go. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, this ain't for me, man. It ain't for me. I thought it was. I ain't ready. Yeah. So I stepped away. Still hung out with the dudes on the team, spring balls and all that good stuff, working out, but never stepped foot on the college field during the game. And that was my goal, ultimate goal. But, I tell kids now, use every opportunity. If school is looking at you for something, entertain that. My freshman year, my brother was getting recruited by the TSU band to play the snare drum. We had a jam ensemble during lunch. That band director said, I'm interested in the snare drummer and that tenor player. Our band director laughed and said that tenor player is just a freshman, and that's his brother. So I could have went to TSU on a band scholarship. But here I am wanting to play football to retire my mom's. I didn't know at the time band had 4 rides. Could have retired doing it that way. But you live, you learn.
Yes, sir. Live, you learn, crash and burn. But
Yeah.
you hopefully live to play the game again.
Did you play arena football?
I met up with some dudes, Devon Jackson and Fufu Robert Russell, and they were playing on the South Texas Heat. Semi-pro out in Robstown.
Already.
So I'm like, you know what, man, I'm going to give this a go. I think I can go now. You know, I've been 2 years removed from my ankle surgery, cleared to go. I go out there and I dominated. So I dominate D-line. And they're like, oh, no, you're going to play tackle. No, I'm playing nose guard. He's not going to block me. So we see that they're forming they had already had the Hammerhead team formed when I was in high school. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go try out for this. So I go out there, and once again, DeAndre out there, Stevie out there, Daddy-O. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. So I ended up getting signed. It was me, Ruben Flowers, Maurice Washington, Leonard Harris, and Big Luke Lucas. They bring us all on. We just practice players. But, hey, who cares? Practice player, I made it. That's professional indoor football. You get paid.
You getting the medal.
I made it. So never stepped foot on the field during the game. It was all practice. No, it was great. But that helped me in the semi-pro game because I'm actually out here working with dudes that's getting paid to do this. Go out there to the volunteer 37U's, what they call it now. I'm killing it. We killing them. And I find that the next year I get cut. So it was like, you can still come to practice, but yeah, your chance of playing is slim. So I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to do this no more. So they brought me on as a coach. Coach little special teams, come up with some schemes. And I just started coaching it from there. Gave Leo his shot. Leonard got his shot in Snyder, and he ran with it and did exactly what he was supposed to do with that opportunity.
Oh, yeah. So, outside of playing, we tried the arena, we did the semi-pro. Any other, like, athletic ventures?
Nah, it's time to go to work.
Time to go to work?
It's time to go to work.
What was that first, like, what was that first job, like, where you like, all right, this is what we're going to try?
So, one of my high school teammates, his parents worked out on the base, and they needed a security guard. So I'm thinking, man, I'm finna get a gun, flashlight. I'm finna have handcuffs.
Top flight security of the
Man,
world, Greg.
that was before top flight security. So they're like, nah, it's not that kind of job, man. You just gonna sit here and make sure these airplanes don't go nowhere. You're gonna make sure that they stay closed up and nothing gets in them. Cool, easy. One night they left some manuals open. I'm nosy. Started reading. Learning this, learning that, learning this, learning that. Started applying for different jobs out there. Worked my way right up the rankings.
So, you went from just, what is this? Oh. And here comes that quote again. I think I could do this.
I could do this.
I can do this.
Because working that shift, it was 12 hours.
You had nothing else to
Nothing
do.
else to do. So you work 8 hours on Friday night, 12 hours on Saturday night, 12 hours on Sunday night, and 8 hours on Monday. And then those 12-hour shifts, it's just you.
Stay off your phone, son.
We didn't have phones back then.
You better get a newspaper.
So start reading.
So that's kind of cool. So this is around the time when they're. So I'm ready to get into photography, right?
Okay.
So
okay.
This is around the time when they're like, how soon into us getting the security job to us reading the manual to us climbing the ranks do we have to? Man, they about to start laying motherfuckers off.
10 years.
Wow. So you just had your routine, your rhythm.
Yeah, because from security, I went to an aircraft washer. So I started washing planes. And then I moved into an aircraft inspector role, which I'm still doing today. So I started inspecting the airplanes. And that's when, we're going to start doing these layoffs. And some people are only going to work 3 days a week. And took the hit. And I think I could do this. Yeah. Let's give it a shot. And I'm like I say, the first couple of years I was at OSO. And I'm not charging nobody. I'm volunteering just to have something to do because I had just stopped coaching arena ball. So I have to fill that void with something.
And I feel like at the end of the day, like Yeah, we were doing the security, washing the planes, inspecting the planes, but like I feel like you're such a sports head and sports has always been a part of your DNA that it was inevitable for you to come back to sports in some form of fashion, whether it be coaching or teaching the game or even photographing the game.
Yeah. So I actually did it too to be on the sideline with my nephew. So I coached him 1 year of Pop Warner ball, and I didn't do anything when he was 7th, 8th grade. So when he got to sophomore year, that's when I was able to grab that camera, and that put me on the field closer to him. So I can tell him what I saw, and he applied it. He had a hell of a career while he was at Oso, and then he played college ball. But, I mean...
You talking about Cinco?
Yeah.
Already. Shout out Cinco, man. Former Ridin High podcast member, man.
So,
he took off to the military, man.
Yeah, he overseas right now. So I was still part of the game, but I wasn't part of the game. I was able to leave it on the field and not take it home with me. But when I was coaching and all that, it come home.
Yep.
Because coaching is a nonstop
Coaching
job.
is a 28-hour job.
Yeah.
Like, hands down. My brother always sending me film and watching film, bro. So we're getting to it. Like, we get the camera. We first, like, couple of seasons is because of our nephew. And then you get, hey, you coming back later?
Yeah.
At that point, that you feel like because you're not really advanced with camera equipment, so did you feel like the camera that you had, like, and this is a damn good camera, that you know right off top, like, okay, this just gonna do it for now, but if as I grow, I need to get better equipment? Or did you think, shit, I could shoot with this for the next 15, 20 years?
Yeah, no, I knew automatically I couldn't continue with that same equipment.
Okay, already.
Because at that time, there was only one person really down there taking pictures, and that was Caller Toms.
So you basically found a lane that nobody else was in.
Basically, yes. So with me thinking, because I talked to the Caller Toms lady, her name was Annie. Talked to Annie, and she was like, yeah, this is mine. This is, Caller Toms on it. I have to check it out for every event, this and this. Oh, so if I apply to work for the Caller Toms, I can have better equipment and I can get good at this.
And you don't have to buy your own equipment
Correct.
yet.
And they told me no. So to me,
You put in an application and everything?
everything. Every 2 weeks, we're not hiring photographers. No, we're not hiring photographers. We don't have none. We don't have room. So for me, no doesn't mean no. That means not right now.
Not right now.
So I stayed on it. I don't know if y'all remember, but back then, Caller Toms would sell their photos on the website. I took it into that day when I got that last no. My goal was to make sure nobody bought another photo from the Caller Toms.
Oh yeah, you could. They would post like a whole album with like to purchase this picture, and then they would have like the little cart looking thing.
Yes.
Yep, I remember that. Yep.
And that was my goal.
So what was the plan? Like, how did you make it happen?
The plan was, I got to find a way to get some more money to get better equipment. But when you start doing good work and you're good to folks, the people come to you. So met a gentleman, shout out Jason Jackson, TSS Photography. He took me under his wing doing volume photography. But he lived in South Florida, so he was always around the Miami Dolphins. So he had the equipment. He had everything that you needed for that. So he took me under his wing, and he was like, this is what you got to do. You got to do it this way, this way, this way. You got to go here to get this. You can use this until you can get what you can. And that opened up the door. That busted it open.
So we upgraded our equipment, right? What was, I think I asked you this already, but like, what was the picture that really put AC and AS photography like, all right, we got this shit? Like, because every rapper has that one bar when they're like, okay, I got this. Or even when King probably had that one mix when he was young, was like, oh, I can do something with this shit. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say it was a certain picture. Well, yeah, it was a certain picture.
Was a certain picture? To me, from the outside looking in, it was just an accumulation of all the great work that you were putting in such a short time frame.
That, and remember, there was only, at this time now, it's only 2 photographers doing this.
Yeah.
So I'm getting calls from all these other schools, not the schools, but the parents to come out and, can you take pictures of my kid? Can you do this? Can you do this? So I'm shooting junior high on Tuesday and volleyball on Tuesday, JV and football, volleyball and all that on Thursday, varsity Fridays, sometimes Saturdays. So I'm consistently working, getting it. But I think my coming out moment was when I was featured in Texas Basketball Magazine 2 years in a row. One for Alyssa Grant that played at Oso, and then the photo of Carl Turk, who came to Oso as a coach, and then they did a story on him that was featured right before March Madness.
Yep.
And one of my photos was on there, and that was like, oh man, I'm on national TV. Like, no, hey, you got to follow this up with something else.
Yeah,
And that's when it went.
Okay. So, like, as a photographer, though, like, when do you know it's that perfect moment to capture that moment? So
different than all the other photographers, I don't know how they operate, but me, I know the game. So I studied the game since I was 6 years old. So when you see the receiver coming out there tightening up them gloves, my focus is going to him. Or when you see that offensive lineman digging in the ground, he about to take off, pancake somebody. So I would focus on key points of the game. And as more photographers started coming out, as photography started getting popular, you would see, my uncle would tell me this all the time, I'm watching the game and I see you, and then you start walking and you see a whole bunch of photographers following. So I would always set myself up for that shot because I saw it coming. And some of the coaches would say it too, like, you saw that coming, didn't you? Like, yeah, mile away.
So I think it's kind of cool because, like, in a sense, you combined your play, your coaching, and your photography all into one, which makes it unique because, like, some people, like, they know the game, but they don't know, like, oh, I missed the moment. Yeah. You know what I mean? For you to capture so many great
he be getting moments. Like the perfect moments,
bro. He be getting the perfect moments, bro. Like right when the ball releases off their finger for a jump shot, or right when right when the receiver's about to put his hands up, his pinkies are coming together, and the ball's like right there. Like those are magical moments, bro. Like. So, like, mad respect, bro, because, like, I try and take some pictures, and I'd be like, let me try and get my AC on. I swear to God, I was doing a video the other day, and I was taking pictures of the sun over to Lexington, and I was like, let me get my AC on real quick. Bop. And I was like, nah, that ain't it. Bop. Okay, a little better. One more. Bop. Oh, shit, I missed it. But I should have stayed on the field.
Hey, it be like that sometimes, but then that was, that aspect of it. I really feel the best photo I've ever taken. I've taken some shots. I mean, I've shot the gymnastics national championships. Jordan Childs, Sonny Lee, that just won gold.
Yeah, they
were freshmen at Auburn.
War Eagle.
I was there when they dominated. They didn't win the whole thing, but I was there.
And that's because, like, I didn't even know this, right? Like, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people who are watching don't know this. Like, so you are getting nationwide requests.
So that was
run us through how you even got to that stage to be able to do the gymnastics. Like, you reach out to them, they reach out to you. Like, how does that even work?
So you have to request credentials,
okay,
and you have to be attached to an editor, or you have to work for a magazine,
an agency.
You have to be big time. So, like I said before. To me, no doesn't mean no. It means not right yet. Now.
Not right now.
So I stayed persistent. Dave Campbell's. Apply for Dave Campbell's. No. Max Prep. No. I mean, these is consecutive years getting told no. I applied for the NCAA National Championships in Fort Worth. That email said yes. No, it said congratulations.
No, it was like congratulations.
You have been credited for the Division I Women's National Championships, and it had the dates. They paid for my room and board.
And I was about to ask you, how does that work?
Room and board. So we drive up there. I couldn't make the semifinals because I had to work. The finals was on a Saturday. So Friday night, I'm on the road. We up there. I get to the arena, go check in. I'm looking around like, dang, this big time. But at this time, I've already been at Miller for a couple of years. So I'm established. So I got way better equipment. So some people are like, hey, who you shoot for? I'm like, I'm just out here shooting. They're like, oh, I work for the university, or I'm a student photographer. So I'm networking with these people.
You're basically like an independent contractor.
Yeah,
already.
So at the end of the day, they had this big old computer that you upload everything to, and they'll tell you fill this out, and this is your card number. If we use your photo, we'll send you a check in the mail. Check ain't gonna be much because you have so many photos to choose from. So I get there, I shoot that event. I'm in awe. Like wow. That's Oklahoma. That's Florida. This is Utah. I couldn't stand Oklahoma because I'm a diehard Longhorn fan. But
You just
to
get
be
shots,
in
though.
the presence of a collegiate athlete at a national championship
I
level,
don't care what school you go to.
Like that's the creme de la creme, cream of the crop
Yes.
right there.
So shot it. Oklahoma ended up winning the whole thing. Got some great shots of Sonny Lee and Jordan Childs doing floor exercise. I had a short conversation with Jordan Lee. I said, my daughter wants to do gymnastics. And she's like, tell her to take care of her body. Don't eat junk food. As she's packing a bag full of junk food. But she's like, this ain't for me. This is for everybody else. You know, this is get that sugar rush so they can perform. But man, that was awesome.
Oh yeah, that's tight, bro. That's amazing. So we like what year was this? Like this?
Man, I can't even remember the year.
It had to be like not too long ago.
It was before COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, before COVID?
Yeah,
Okay,
it was pre-COVID.
That's cool, bro. So we've done the gymnastics national championships.
Mm-hmm.
We've shot everywhere in South Texas.
South Texas, yeah.
Have we what was the
Didn't you get accepted by Max Preps eventually?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So
let's talk about that one.
going into that next season, I want to say this was Cash's senior year at Miller when they lost that playoff game to Vets at Buck Stadium.
Bodies in them like junior year or something like that?
Yes, Bodies junior year.
Already.
So I think that's the photo that really put me on the map because after that game, Cassius and Carter Centerfit were really great friends. After that game, Vets is celebrating in the middle of the field. Carter Centerfit runs all the way to Cassius on the Miller sideline and just embraces him. As a photographer, we're storytellers. I got to tell a story.
Got to.
Snapped it.
Went viral.
Viral.
And then going back again, like you see things that other photographers don't see because everybody else they're catching
The celebration.
The celebration. You're catching the raw emotion of like, yes,
Dejection.
I won.
The dejection.
Yes.
But like you're catching the moment of although I won, my brother couldn't win with me.
Yes.
Like that's a beautiful moment and a beautiful story, and it goes back to man. You got an eye for this. That wasn't the government laying you off. That was God.
Yeah.
God telling you, I got a bigger vision for
and
you.
it brought me back.
It brought you right back.
and it put the money in my pocket to upgrade everything that I needed.
Yep.
So it was a curse and a blessing at the same time. So after that season, I applied to Max Prep. Get that email. Congratulations. So
How many times that you applied, would you say?
Like 5 times.
Already.
It was rejected all 5. But how that works is you have to submit photos.
Okay.
And they're going to judge the quality of your work, and when you did them. Because they say, hey, anybody can shoot during the day. I want you to shoot in a dark stadium at night, how it look. South Texas, all these stadiums are dark except for Buck Stadium and Cavaliers.
Facts.
Now you got other schools with better lighting or even playing fields. But back then, it
was dark.
Yeah. So when they saw the quality started coming up, they're like, yeah, you coming onto the team. We got you.
So like, what's it like? You are a photographer for Max Prep, one of the biggest.
The biggest
high school, whatever the you want to call it.
Yeah, for real.
In the country, right? Like, call the times, y'all look kind of silly right now. To be honest with you, like because like I'll look at it like one of those like where you're good enough to do the natties. Now we're good enough to be on Call of Time. I mean the Max Preps.
Yeah.
It's almost like that honorable mention in district, but first team all state. Like,
Yeah, that don't make no goddamn sense. None. And I wish you would have took a picture because like Call of Times did me dirty one year, bro. So it's my freshman year. Yeah, my freshman year, And during the playoff game, they call some of the freshmen up for the varsity team for the playoff week, right? We're playing San Antonio Warren. And mind you, I've only been in Corpus Christi my 8th grade year. Now it's my freshman year. So that's a total of 11 months.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know real life high school Texas football in the playoffs. I think these niggas got a flyover, which they actually do have now. Yeah. Right? So I think it's
talk about that too.
Huh?
Maybe. That'd be another podcast.
Look, so I think it's a flyover, right? So front page. Bow. My brother calls me from Bahrain. Bro, what is you looking at? Like, dog, they did me so dirty. I think it was you who did it.
Nah, that wasn't me. that wasn't me.
That wasn't one you submitted to the caller?
Nah.
They never took none of those.
They didn't want me.
Have they ever used any of your photos?
Oh, all the time. All the time.
Do you copyright them?
No. So
how does that work in the photography world?
So it's weird. It's tricky depending on who it is. Some people want to get paid. For me, it's not about the money. It's about giving back to my community, my city, especially to our folks who really can't afford this. This stuff expensive.
Yeah.
So when another photographer or anybody wants to use my photo, they can use it. Just give me credit.
Yeah, facts.
Just put my name out there saying this is the person who took it. Yep. Because guess what? That's free. That's advertisement. And so they once they didn't reach out, they just posted the photo, and I was like, "That's mine." Sent them a screenshot of the deal, timestamp, and the name, all that. So they went back and credited me. And then ever since then, they would ask, "Hey, can I use this photo? Can I use that photo?" Sure.
You think it was one of those situations to where they were like, "We're the big network, we can get away with it"? Like no one has ever.
Or you talking about like a network or a parent that used the photo?
No, the network. Call it Times.
Call it Times.
So it was hard. It's hard to say because that year Annie was doing a documentary on Miller. So me and her followed Miller that whole season, and we had some of the same shots. They just looked different because her lighting was different than mine. She shot Nikon, I shoot Canon. So it's easy to say, man, honest mistake. I saw Coach Evans post it. We thought she took it. They cleared it up real quick. But ever since that moment, they reach out if they want to use it.
That's what's up. Man, you are incredible.
But you can use my photo, but you can't use
credit.
me.
Ooh.
That was my whole mind frame. Now, this could have been yours. All you had to do was hire me.
Facts. Like they could have a max prep photographer on staff.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? But so Ken, you got anything?
What's next?
So next is
you looking forward to buying like any new like equipment? Like what's that next camera that you got your eyes on? Anything like?
I'm not even gonna talk about that.
Okay, already.
I don't want other people to go out there and get it before me.
Already.
But what's next is I'm stepping away from Miller after 8 years. I gave that community and that program some great work after for 8 years. And I think it's time for me to travel the state. Now that I'm Max Prep and Dave Campbell's, now folks are calling. Shout out to the twins, David and Matt Mayhew. They put me on their
Passing Academy, huh?
No, the Twins Passing Academy.
Yeah.
They named me as the photographer. So I'm Twins Media for their camp. So Matt moves up to Dallas. He's showing them all the stuff that I do down here. They want me to come up there. So I'm attached here to the schools, not an official contract, but just I'm giving back. Now I think it's time for me to go and show my skills in other places.
Yeah, and I agree with you, man. Like because I don't want this to sound like shade when I say it, but like I personally don't feel like your work will get appreciated and gets the recognition, the benefits, the whatever it deserves coming solely from Corpus. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it'll ever be appreciated. So I think like but I believe strongly that once you go out and you dominate Dallas, which you're going to do, then you're eventually going to hit Houston. Then you're probably going to go to Austin, San Antonio, even like the Wacos or whatever. Once you do that, then Corpus is going to be like, just like Caller Times. Oh shit, we let one slide.
So they can have that mind frame, but there's so many great ones coming up. Oh man, throughout my 8 years at Miller, I had one kid go to A&M Corpus, and he got to shoot the beach volleyball national championship. He got to go to USC when the girls went to shoot. And then this year, I have a student photographer who's going to go to UTRVG and continue photographing down there. So they got great ones coming up. Like even some adults that are down here shooting that are really good. So I think it's in good hands.
Have you thought about doing like any classes or anything for any like up and coming or wanting to be photographers?
No, man, because when you teach classes, they gonna want to see that paper. I ain't got no degree in that.
Oh, okay.
YouTube University.
Already.
You sit there all night when you working 12-hour shifts.
Yeah, already.
And watch YouTube.
YouTube University.
But what's great is my oldest daughter is starting to get that eye. So now she wants to go and shoot with me. So I keep her in the stands like, no, the game's too fast. I don't want you to get hurt. She got the eye. She said she got next.
Like, quote?
Yeah. She got next.
So, like, do y'all, like, I'm guessing, like, y'all go, like, sometimes out for, like, photograph together, whether it be, like, at the beach or something. Like, do y'all, like, all right, this is what I got, this is what you got, and then, like, tell her, like, okay, does she need that fatherly photography advice? Or, like, she's not that, I got this?
She put her headphones on, I got this. She'll just ask, what setting what I put it on. But I taught her some settings and some tricks on getting automatic stuff. She next. And then I'm glad because now I could pass that down, which was nothing was passed down to me. I'm looking at generational wealth now.
Generational wealth, generational knowledge.
So if I got this business and I eventually get a studio, I'm passing it to her when the time is right. Now we got that flow coming in, that income. And she can pass it down to her kids if she has any. And then vice versa.
Heard that.
So my legacy will be here as long as after I'm gone.
Hell yeah. But one last question before we get out of here, because I didn't even think to ask. You have any kids?
Yeah, I got 3 kids.
Hell yeah. Shout out to
girls.
the babies. Shout out to the babies. Girl dads. Hell yeah.
Girl
King.
dads.
You got any? King's a girl dad too. Shout out to the girl dads in America.
For sure.
Leo's girl dad. I think Jess is girl dad. But I think that's about. You got anything else you want to get into? You want to add?
Let
everybody know where they can follow you at in your photography
y'all
page
can follow
all day.
me at AS Photography on Facebook or Arelia C. Williams on Facebook. Yeah, I post it all. We do it all. If you need it, call me.
Hell yeah.
I got folks coming in from Odessa, from Plano. Y'all photos is on the way too. Trust me, I'm not finished with it. But man, let me get you right. If not, I can point you in the right direction to somebody who can.
Hell yeah. Well, it's been another exciting episode of Let's Chop It Up on the Ridin House podcast. It's been DJ Lil King on the ones and twos, and it's been your boy Lucky Lamar. We'll see y'all next week. Stay safe out there, gang.
Hey, shout out to my dog AC Williams.
Shout out AC Williams.
Man. Hey.
And I can say his name now. It's Arelia.
Yeah.
Already.